Good morning everyone. Welcome back to GK Today. And today we'll be discussing most important MCQs for 6th and 7th of August 2023. Let's start with our session. As per the Health Ministry data, which state recorded the most deaths due to heat waves till June end? So nearly 120 people died in the state of Kerala due to the heat waves till June end, and this data is the highest in the country as per the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare Department. Okay, and this was stated by this ministry in the Lok Sabha. Talking about Gujarat, it saw 35 deaths due to heat waves, and then further Gujarat is followed with Telangana with the number 20. Okay, so Kerala has recorded the most number of deaths because of heat waves. Okay, now yesterday we have talked about a scheme from Kerala named as the Shubh Yatra scheme, right? And under this scheme, financial assistance is provided to the first time overseas immigrants from Kerala, right? Then if we talk about the state Bihar, recently Asian Development Bank has signed a deal with India for $295 million loan for the implementation of enhancing connectivity and sustainability in the Bihar roads project. Okay, you can be asked that ADB has given this much amount of loan to which state for their roads project? Answer would be Bihar. Then Gujarat was in news for many things. For example, the first one is Semicon India 2023 exhibition. Okay, and the venue of this exhibition is Gandhinagar, Gujarat. Okay, then apart from it, Gujarat has recently signed a memorandum of understanding with OneWeb. Why? To establish satellite network portal site. Okay, also recently Gujarat has unveiled its semiconductor policy for 2022 to 27. Okay, then talking about Rajasthan, Rajasthan was in news because of its minimum guaranteed income bill. We have talked about it many times. Okay, the next question is, which union ministry has set up a working group to decriminalize the laws to further promote ease of doing business? So the Ministry of Commerce and Industry has set up a working group to decriminalize the laws to further promote ease of doing business, and this group comprised the representatives from industry associations, business chambers, legal professionals, and the officials of several ministries. Also, it would have the representatives of the National Housing Bank, Central Pollution Control Board, and the NABARD. Okay, so Ministry of Commerce and Industry has set up a working group to decriminalize the laws so as to further promote ease of doing business. Now apart from it, which union ministry is associated with the Resource Efficiency Circular Economy Industrial Coalition? What is this? Resource Efficiency Circular Economy Industry Coalition. So it was launched on the sidelines of the 4th G20 Environment and Climate Sustainable Working Group and Environment and Climate Ministers meeting in Chennai. And Union Environment, Forest and Climate Change Minister Mr. Bhupendra Yadav said that this mission of this coalition is to promote greater company-to-company collaboration and to build advanced capabilities across different sectors, along with bringing the learnings from diverse and the global experiences of the coalition members, etc. Okay, simply you can be asked that which ministry is associated with the Resource Efficiency Circular Economy Industry Coalition? Answer would be Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. The next question is, which state or the union territory saw the highest number of deaths due to rabies in the country in 2022? So as per the information that is given by the Ministry of Health in the Lok Sabha this week, New Delhi saw the highest number of deaths because of rabies in the country in 2022. So basically New Delhi reported 48 fatalities and West Bengal saw 38 deaths. Then it was followed by Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka and Maharashtra at 29 each. Okay, so the maximum number of deaths because of rabies were found to be in New Delhi. Okay, talking about the state West Bengal, yesterday we have seen that West Bengal has announced to set up a mangrove cell for plantation of more mangroves and to look after them. Okay, you can be asked that mangrove cell is said to be established in which state or the union territory. Answer would be West Bengal. Then New Delhi was in news for different things, like first of all, it is the host for the National Conference on Moving Mental Health Beyond Institutions. Okay, then also recently here redeveloped India Trade Promotion Organization complex has been inaugurated, the name of which is Bharat Mandapam. Okay, you can be asked that Bharat Mandapam has been inaugurated in which state or the union territory. Answer would be New Delhi. Then talking about the state Manipur, don't forget that the very first female representative from Nagaland to assume the position of Rajya Sabha chairperson is Phangan Konyak. This name is very important. Okay, you can be asked that Phangan Konyak belongs to which state or the union territory. Answer will be Manipur state. And why she is important? Because she is the very first female representative from Nagaland state who has assumed the position of chairperson in Rajya Sabha. Okay, which country has granted Pakistan a 2-year rollover on $2.4 billion loan? So China country has granted Pakistan a 2-year rollover on a $2.4 billion loan for a period of 2 years. And this move is expected to provide relief to Pakistan, which is facing a severe balance of payment crisis, and its current reserves barely covered 2 months worth of import bills. Okay, so recently China has granted Pakistan a 2-year rollover on $2.4 billion loan. Now China was in news for two things basically. First of all, recently it has launched its first communication satellite, the name of which is Lingxi 03. You can be asked that Lingxi 03 is a satellite of which country? Answer would be China. Also China was in news because of its cabbage policy that they have adopted against the country US. Okay, then talking about USA, recently USA has rejoined the UNESCO, and with this USA is now its 194th member. Okay, also in USA, Admiral Lisa Franchitti has become the very first woman to lead the US Navy. Okay, and talking about Russia, recently Russia has banned the sex change and the transgender marriages. Fine. The next question is, which European country has been qualified for the ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2024? So Ireland has secured its spot in the prestigious ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2024, and Ireland actually remained unbeaten throughout the tournament, having registered victories against Italy, Denmark, Austria and Jersey before their clash against Germany, and which resulted in a washout. Okay, finally Ireland has been qualified for the ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2024. Now here if we talk about some sport related current affairs, the first one is Asian Kabaddi Championship 2023. This championship has been won by the country India, and India has won this title by defeating the country Iran. Okay, then which state is the host for first Janjatiya Khel Mahotsav? This is the state Odisha. Then talking about FIFA Under-20 World Cup 2023, the winner country is Uruguay, and Uruguay has won this championship by defeating the country Italy. Okay, and if we talk about the French Open has been won by Novak Djokovic, and he has defeated Casper Ruud. Novak Djokovic is from the country Serbia and Casper Ruud is from the country Norway. Okay, now next question is, DGCA fined which airline for deficiencies in their procedures related to frequent tail strike incidents? So DGCA has fined Indigo with 30 lakh rupees and issued a show cause notice due to the deficiencies in their documentation and procedures that are related to frequent tail strike incidents on their A321 aircraft. Tail strikes actually occur when the tail of an aircraft hits the ground or any other stationary object, with a majority happening during the landings. Okay, so that's why DGCA has fined Indigo with 30 lakh rupees. Can you tell me, the Rajkot International Airport has been recently inaugurated by our Prime Minister Narendra Modi in which Indian state? Answer is Gujarat. Okay. Then apart from it, under the free movement regime, tribes who are living along the border can travel up to what distance inside the other country without a visa. So the free movement regime along the India-Myanmar border has complicated the volatile situation in Manipur because of the migration of tribal Kuki Chin people from Myanmar. And this border between India and Myanmar runs for 1643 kilometers in the 4 states, which are these: Mizoram, Manipur, Nagaland and Arunachal Pradesh. And this FMR actually allows the tribes who are living along the border to travel up to 16 kilometers inside the other country without a visa. Okay, so your correct answer would be 16 kilometers. Next question is, which country grants stapled the visas to Indian nationals from Arunachal Pradesh and Jammu and Kashmir? What is this stapled visa? Basically, it is an unstamped paper that is attached to a passport page using a pin or staple, which can be easily torn off or removed as desired. So recently, China has adopted a policy of granting stapled visas to the Indian nationals from Arunachal Pradesh, Ladakh and Jammu and Kashmir. So China considers these visas as valid documents, but the government of India has consistently rejected this stance. Okay, so recently China has granted the stapled visas to the Indian nationals who are from Arunachal Pradesh, Ladakh and Jammu and Kashmir. Now apart from it, can you tell me which personality has recently said that the earth has entered an era of global boiling? So this is United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres. Recently he delivered a powerful message on climate change, and he requested some immediate radical action to address the record-shattering July temperatures. So he said that this phenomena indicate that the earth has entered an era of global boiling and we have actually surpassed the warming phase. Okay, so this is a statement of United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres. Now, which country has recently executed a 45-year-old woman over the charges of trafficking the heroin? This is the country Singapore. Singapore has hanged a 45-year-old woman who was caught with 31 grams of heroin, and this is the first time that the city has executed a woman in nearly 20 years. So she was convicted for this crime in the year 2018. Okay, what was the name of this woman? This is Sari Devi Binte Jamani. Okay, the next question is, India is collaborating with which country to frame a consensus document for G20? So as the G20 chair, India is working with the country Japan and other G7 countries on the one side and Russia, China on the other side to formulate the G20 leaders declaration in Delhi. So Japan holds the current chairmanship of the G7 grouping, which has been the most vocal over Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Fine. So currently India is collaborating with Japan to frame a consensus document for G20. Also, we have seen that in honor of India's G20 presidency, government is set to unveil 2 special commemorative coins of 100 rupees and 75 rupees each, and their standard weight would be 35 grams each, and diameters would be 44 millimeters. Okay. And which state was the host for G20 Supreme Audit Institution Summit? So the venue was Goa state. Okay. Next question is, Parkachik Glacier is located in which state or the Union Territory? Actually, researchers from the Wadia Institute of Himalayan Geology have conducted a recent study which indicates the potential formation of 3 glacial lakes near this Parkachik Glacier in Ladakh due to the rapid ice melting. And this increasing glacial melt is concerning because it raises the risk of glacial lake outburst, and also it may cause water scarcity given that glaciers serve as the main water source for this region. Okay. Simply, you can be asked as a static GK question that Parkachik Glacier lies in which state or the Union Territory? Answer would be Ladakh. Okay. Now here if we see some places that were in news, the first one is Madhei Wildlife Sanctuary, and it lies in the state of Goa. The second one is Bata Gaika crater, and this crater lies in the country Russia. The third name is Khas Plateau, and Khas Plateau is a part of Maharashtra. The fourth one is Amchung Wildlife Sanctuary, and this is the part of Assam state. Now you have to tell me which is the only national park of the state Bihar. Please name it in the comment section. Next question is, Akhil Bharatiya Shiksha Samagam was organized to commemorate the anniversary of which scheme or policy? So Prime Minister Narendra Modi has inaugurated the Akhil Bharatiya Shikha Samagam at Bharat Mandapam, which we have talked earlier, in New Delhi. Also, he released the first installment of the funds under the PM Shri scheme. So this 2-day conference aligns with the 3rd anniversary of the introduction of National Education Policy 2020. Okay. So this program was organized to commemorate the 3rd anniversary of National Education Policy. Now apart from it, the Secondary Towns Development Sector project is associated with which state or the Union Territory? So recently the Indian government and the Asian Development Bank have entered into an agreement securing a $200 million loan as extra funding for the existing Rajasthan Secondary Towns Development Sector project. And this loan basically aims to extend the water supply and sanitation system so as to boost the urban resilience and preserve the heritage in the chosen towns. Okay. So this project is associated with the state Rajasthan. Next question is, India recently signed a memorandum of understanding with which country to collaborate on the sharing of India stack? So India and Papua New Guinea have signed a memorandum of understanding to collaborate on the sharing of India stack, and it was signed between the Ministry of Information and Communication Technology of the Papua New Guinea and the Ministry of Electronics and IT of Indian government. Okay. So recently we have signed this MOU with the country Papua New Guinea to collaborate on the sharing of India stack. Yesterday we have talked about the CDMDF, which was launched by the Union Finance Minister recently. And what is this? It is Corporate Debt Market Development Fund, and it was inaugurated by our Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. So this fund was announced in the 2021-22 Union Budget so as to enhance the liquidity in the corporate bond market during stressed and the normal times. Okay. Simply you can be asked that what is the expansion of this CDMDF? Answer would be Corporate Debt Market Development Fund. Now the last question says, which institution has launched the 100 microsites project recently? This is National Health Authority. Recently it has introduced the 100 microsites project, the aim of which is to expedite the adoption of digital health services nationwide. And these microsites will consist of small and mid-sized health facilities that will be fully aligned with Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission standards. Okay, so 100 microsites project have been launched by the National Health Authority. Also, can you tell me which institution releases the Digital Payment Index in India? This is Reserve Bank of India. And recently, the digital payments across the country registered a growth of 13.24% in 1 year through March 2023 as per the RBI's index that measures the adoption of online transaction. So the digital payment index stood at 395.57 at the end of March 2023 compared to 377.46 in September 2022 and 349.30 in March 2022. Basically, this index is a base to capture the extent of digitization of the payments across the country. You can be asked that which institution releases the digital payment index in India. Answer would be Reserve Bank of India. So these are the most important current affairs and the news from today. And if you found my speed to be little fast, please slow it down using the feature of YouTube. Okay. Now let's start with today's quiz. Here on the slide you can see 5 questions which have been taken from the past 2-3 days current affairs. Pause the video and try to solve each of these questions. And at the end of the lecture, do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. These were the important news and events from today, and we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, me Nusrat Sana signing off.